What's up, guys? Welcome to the final draw. That's right, Friday's final draw, unbanded because, well, we don't care what you're smoking, just smoke something, I suppose. Maybe not even smoke anything. Anyways, either way, welcome and all of you on Facebook Live tonight, also on our YouTube channel. So thank you for joining. We have a very special guest tonight. If you guys don't know, OpusX Society is one of the newest companies that have come out that are very, very special, dear to my heart. So we have a very special lady who is with OpusX Society tonight as our guest. But before we get to that, I am going to bring in my co-host Chevalier. Hey,
Hey everybody,
Chevalier.
how's it going? Happy Fuente Friday once again.
Right? Once again, every week. We are here every Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. I love it. This is awesome. So, Chevalier, how was your week? What was your week like?
Man, my week was chill. It was very relaxed. I've been smoking cigars and sipping whiskey, listening to a little music, had some great
I like it.
cuisine, just living the Chevalier lifestyle. But more
That's what I
importantly,
like.
how was your week? Because I understand you had a special occasion yesterday. Happy birthday, Mel.
Man, thank you, thank you. That was so much fun. I had an awesome week and definitely an awesome birthday celebration. I couldn't have done it with my girl Sophie. She definitely killed the celebration in a good way, I guess. I guess that's like, yeah. She made it. She
Yeah.
made it amazing. So it was a lot of fun. We spent 3 days on the beach, by the water, by the pool. It was ate lots of food. I just got to go by Executive Cigar Lounge over in Melbourne, which was really awesome. What's up, Cynthia? Look,
Hey,
Cynthia is right
Cynthia, how you doing?
there. So it was a lot of fun. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm excited to be here tonight and actually, you know, get to understand that we have a really special guest. So I'm always
Yes,
looking
we
at the
do.
ladies of the industry. So that's even Cynthia. Maybe you know what, Cynthia's gonna have to get in on this show eventually. So
Yeah, she's got to come in. She's Cynthia. I know you're watching. You got to come on with us and have a conversation. You
yeah,
know, we want to hear about the sister of the Leaf global movement and some other things.
right.
So
She is
definitely.
global. All right, what happened to
But
my
so are
water?
you, Mel. So are you, man. I mean, look, yesterday I wanted to bother you all day because it was your birthday, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to bother
Oh,
her today. I'm just going to leave her alone, let her relax because she doesn't need to do anything work related. Just kind of chill out. But I celebrated for you here on the patio in Chevalier Land.
Chevalier Land, I love it.
I celebrated in my own little private Chevalier lounge out here. I had lots of whiskey. I toasted to you several times out here by myself. And, I said I'd wait until today to talk to you and tell you happy birthday, my friend.
Thank
You are
you.
beautiful and you are amazing and you're talented. And now here's another year that we're all lucky to be exposed to yeah, that.
We better watch out. Watch out. You know, I don't know
Yeah,
if everybody wants to be exposed for another year, but I like how you said that exposed. It's like, wow. Like,
exposed. Yeah, I was very intentional using the word exposed, but it's a beautiful thing, and I'm so glad you had a great birthday. I knew that Sophie would go all out for you. I saw the pictures yesterday, and I saw them today too.
yeah,
Yes, I know you guys had a great time.
it was a lot of fun. And so, yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really grateful and I'm feeling it. So, yep. And I'm not feeling a year older. So how about that? That's probably even
Hey,
better. I like
hey, that's if you can say that, then
it.
you're doing good. I haven't felt a year older in a long time, so
Right. So let me
right.
ask you, are you familiar with OpusX Society?
I am familiar with OpenStack Society, and I'm familiar with Belkys as well. Did my research some time ago, and very interesting. I'm looking forward to this interview. I think it's going to be amazing. Very
Yeah.
familiar, that was part of my motivation for doing ChevalierLife.com, actually. I did some research on that and some of the products that they offer, and it's amazing and very befitting for Fuente Friday.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, I might have a few people in the background that, have a little bit of bias. There might be a little bias. I don't know. That
Oh,
or
I'm
my background might
curious.
be even biased.
I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm waiting to see who we got back there.
Yeah, right? So, well, let's just, without any further ado, I mean, let's go ahead and invite Belkys Sanchez from OpusX Society into
Yeah.
the picture.
Hi,
Hi,
Belkis.
welcome.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you
How,
guys?
all right. How are you this evening?
Doing wonderful. And Melanie, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Happy 25th, Melanie. Happy 25th birthday.
And forever and ever.
Oh, and 25. Yes, yes. I don't feel a day older than that.
Right? I mean, I only want to feel like I've done it at something. I've only done more work, not getting older, just doing more work.
Oh
Agreed.
More
yeah.
accomplishments, less feelings.
So let me just say this right now before we get started with the show. All you guys that are watching, y'all know who I am. I am the lucky guy that gets to sit on here with two beautiful women tonight and have a great conversation. I'm telling y'all, this Chevalier life has got something going on, guys. I'm telling you, you guys better get on board right now, because hey, look at my company that I'm keeping right now. So hey Cynthia, see Cynthia's in the comments
Um,
with us tonight.
Oh, awesome.
yeah,
Hello, hello.
Byron Mellon, my brother from another mother, Byron Mellon. How's it going, brother?
yeah. There's all kinds of people watching tonight, so I'm really loving this. So, Belkis, okay, you work with Opus X Society. Now, at first, I know that I was talking with Dave, and I noticed, it was OX Society, but really it's Opus X Society, correct? That's how we should
It's
refer to it.
Fuente de Openstack Society
Nice.
by Manny Iriarte. Yes.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and just give us a little intro, maybe for people who don't know what OpusX Society is, maybe what are you guys all about? How did you get started, and what's the goal of OpusX Society?
Well, as I said, we are Fuente de Openstack Society by Manny Iriarte. So all of the things that we represent and we have in our accessory line, so it's a luxury accessory line, and everything is created in honor of Opus X and created by the master artist Manny Iriarte. So everything that you see that we carry in the OpusX, like anything that has to do with Don Carlos and Hemingway, everything is designed by Manny. So, like I
Nice.
said, it's an accessory line. So we have humidors and we have cutters and lighters, carrying cases, wallets, everything that has the beautiful X for OpusX.
All right. Beautiful products. Beautiful products. I've had a chance to see them all. Amazing line of products that you guys have. Very, very
Right.
nice. So, Belkis, let's get to you. How did you get into the cigar business?
That's a great question. So I was a teacher for 20 years.
Yes.
Yes, so I was in
I did
the
some research
education.
on you, so I
Oh,
couldn't wait to hear you tell the story.
good, good. You did homework. So like I said, I was a teacher for 20 years. Was or still am a life coach, and I've always loved the cigar industry. I smoked my first cigar in 2004, and it was an Arturo Fuente cigar.
Nice.
So it's funny how life just comes around full circle. And I met Manny years ago when he was working at a different position at a festival, and I was like, oh, nice. Hi, how are you, bud? casual. Like we meet so many people in the industry, and I've always have been a part of and participated in Pro Cigar and any of the local festivals in Miami. And so talking to people and things evolved, and I got asked the question, hey, would you be interested in jumping into a different industry? And I said, my kids are older, so I have two grown college kids. My
Really?
son is 19, yes, and my daughter is 23. So I said, you know what? I think it's time for a change. And that's how it happened. Spoke to Manny, spoke to Dave, spoke to Roy, our sales director, and interviewed. We spoke, we chatted, and here I am.
Wow. Wow. So how do you kids feel about their mom being a big wig in the cigar industry? Because you're a pretty big deal in the cigar industry.
Thank you, thank you. Oh my kids, they love it. They're happy. My son is also a cigar smoker and a
Okay.
huge Fuente fan. So it's like, yay, mom, awesome. Do you have goodies for me?
That's
Especially when
funny.
I travel. Mom, did you get a the thing at Siglo? I'm like, hey, you're funny, boy.
Yeah, I get that a lot from my kids. I have five. I have
Ooh, nice.
23, yeah, 23, 21, 16, 15, and 12. 23, 21, 16, 15, 12. Yeah, I got them all right. I miss it every now and then because I'm becoming an old man, but I know how that feels being in the cigar industry because I have one son that does smoke cigars. And so he'll come out sometimes and it feels funny for me to be somewhere smoking a cigar with my son. It just doesn't feel right. I always tell him, hey, go somewhere else. Don't frequent the lounges that I frequent.
Oh, no, not
That's
mine.
funny.
Mine is still at home.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So you were a teacher at first, then a life coach, and now you're a district. Is it district manager with
Yes, regional director.
regional director? Man, that is an amazing journey. So, what was one of the challenges that you faced? Coming into a new industry because you were doing something completely different. So, what were some of the challenges that you faced as you ventured to come in the cigar industry?
I will say, and not necessarily a challenge, but it's definitely a change. Scheduling, because yes, I worked even though as a classroom teacher, but I was also the director for the community school. So I was pretty much all day at my
Wow.
school, and different hats that we wear, because the more you can do, the more they'll put you to do.
Right,
Oh
right,
my gosh.
right.
Yes. So it was definitely that was a change. Um, Not that, because I came from a position that many people were asking, and oh my God, how do I do this? How do I solve this? The parents, the children. That was the change. So not having 28 little people like, oh, Miss Sanchez, Miss Sanchez gonna use the So now it's adults.
Oh,
So
so
that
it's
was
the same
definitely
thing.
Yeah, we're still baby. They're still babysitting.
Do you miss it? Do you miss it at all? Are there certain
um,
aspects of it that you miss at all? I would imagine so.
certain aspects, yes. But other than that, it's like what you said. Even though they're not small children, but they're adults that also need attention.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's definitely true. So what would you say is your greatest accomplishment so far?
Whew, in my whole life,
Oh, well, I would say just since you've been in the
I've
cigar
done a
industry,
lot.
because you've done a lot. I mean, you got grown kids, you've been a teacher, you've been a life coach, so you've done a lot. So let's narrow it down to the cigar industry.
So the cigar industry definitely one of the biggest things that I've always enjoyed, and now I'm so happy that I can. I guess the right word would be indulge in it even more is the connection that you make,
Yeah.
the relationships, the friendships, the people that you meet across the world, because you meet people from Australia, Asia, wherever it is. So that to me is fascinating, and I'm a very connected type of demeanor. Like I love to create bonds and connections, and obviously helping others and teaching and showing. So that's where the teaching part comes in.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
that means you're like me and Mel. You're an extrovert. You know, you can start a conversation anywhere. You can walk into a lounge and I bet start a pretty interesting conversation out of nowhere,
Out of nowhere, I walk
huh?
in, even today, I walked in and there was like an elderly gentleman, and I approached him. I'm like, "Oh, hi, how are you? I'm Belkys," and he's like, "Oh, hi." So yeah, so it's very nice. It's very nice, honestly.
That's that's pretty cool. You know, one of the things that I'm always interested to know when I get a chance to talk to a sister of the leaf is how do you feel about the direction or rather the position that ladies are taking in the cigar world now because women are a lot more uh I would say prevalent, I guess, in our industry now. You know, women are leaders. They are industry leaders in certain areas like you are for what you do. You're an industry leader. So how do you feel about that? And do you feel that, you know, as the industry grows, there will be more opportunities for women?
I am so happy that you asked that question because that was one of the biggest things for me, which is change. I love change, and I love to expand on change. So yes, women in the industry, it has grown, and we have seen it time and time again, and little by little, it has been trickling. Um, when I travel to different cities, you can see the difference in dynamics, right?
Right.
So going back to the statement, I absolutely love it because when I started smoking, it was like, oh, you smoke cigars? Like, and you're a mom? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was tricky. And when I had started, what I would do is I would host wine tastings and
Oh,
cigar
cool.
tastings at my
Wow.
house. So we created a group and we would host it in different homes. So every Friday, so our Fuente Friday, we would
Yes.
Yeah.
host these tastings in different of our friends' homes. Um, so it not that we women would actually go to a lounge. Now that
Right.
I see that, it's like, yay! It's like I love it.
Right.
Um, can it be I don't want to use the word challenging, but can it be a little bit of a surprise in certain cities and stuff? Sure. A lot of them, like for example, when I walk in and I talk to the shop owner or to the patrons and I'll say, oh, it's an accessory line. So for some reason, sometimes they'll be like, oh, you don't smoke. I'm like, oh no, yes, I do, I do. So
Right.
for some of them, it's like, oh, okay. And then for others, it's like, oh, cool. Um, so that can be a change. But I love that we're making, I have spoken on a few occasions with many of the ladies of Sister of the Leaf. I'm actually invited to sit on the board in December. So for
Nice.
me, it's
Oh
an
wow.
honor. I love the elegance that we bring to the industry, the classy,
Hmm.
because if you if you look at cigar smoking, it's an art,
Right.
and
Right.
it's an art that you take your time to do.
Yeah.
It's not like cigarette smoking or different types that you're in a rush. No, no, it's time. So it's an art. For me, it's an art. You get to enjoy with others and sitting in a room with other ladies like Cynthia, Liana. It's beautiful. It's like
Yeah.
you can
Right.
chat, you can read, you can sip on something and enjoy a wonderful cigar.
Yeah, as a man in the cigar industry, and I get out, and I met Cynthia here in Dallas some weeks ago, but one of the things that I really like about seeing women in the industry, it just kind of changes the perspective, and the conversation is a lot different, when you have ladies in the lounge. And not that, the guys were being Neanderthals in the lounge, but a lot of times when you're having,
Or maybe they
it's,
might.
maybe we might be. But a lot of times I find that when the ladies are in the lounge, I find that we talk more about the culture. I mean, really talk about it. It's not a superficial conversation, and it gives me personally a greater appreciation for the cigar culture as a whole. Because one of the things I like it is becoming all inclusive. And I remember many years ago, and I'm 55, but I remember many years ago that it wasn't as inclusive as it seems to be now. And so, first it was a male dominated, maybe a businessman, and you looked at the cigar industry and the cigar lifestyle as something that people did that were closing deals all the time. And now you can see the recreation in it, and you can see with women being involved, they add a certain um, flair to it that wasn't there before. And I think it's very interesting. I love having these conversations with Mel. I love when we have women on the show because I really like to get your perspective about how you see the cigar industry shaping up now that women are in it. And so, your views are
Well,
spot on. I love it.
I think something that we're kind of, we don't want to leave out is that a lot of women have been in the industry for a long time. It's just that they
Yes.
were in the back, they weren't necessarily out there smoking the cigars in the lounges, but they were rolling the cigars. They
Right.
are making the cigars. There's, women are definitely the vessels that, keep some of the ships definitely moving. So it's a definitely don't want to forget all those women that have been in the industry for a long, long time. But it is
Indeed.
really refreshing to see that there's a lot more women coming into lounges and not feeling nervous, not feeling even, hesitant about, going in there and having a conversation with, the men are sitting down and enjoying their cigar just as much as the men do. So it's a
So
great
have you,
situation.
even you, Mel, when you go into a lounge, have you ever experienced that where you felt like your presence wasn't wanted or you felt uncomfortable walking into a lounge? Because I've heard ladies say that, right here in Dallas, that they've walked in the lounges and felt like they're being sized up or something for a fight. They just they felt very unwelcome. Have you guys ever felt that?
I think that that could be something that could happen with a man or a male or a female. I don't know if that is necessarily gender, you know, a gender way, but I never really gave it an ounce of thought. I just assumed that, you know, I could walk I could walk into a room and start a conversation and you could, either you make conversation or you're the butt of the conversation or you're sitting there by yourself. I don't know. It's just a matter of your choice whether you walk in and how you treat this, how you treat the situation, I suppose. What do you think, Belkys?
I agree. I agree. When I walk in, I mean, just like we mentioned, the Sisters of the Leaf, to me, I see brothers of the Leaf. I see people that enjoy and have the passion for the same thing I do. I will say that I have no noticed sometimes gentlemen do get a little nervous.
Yeah.
So
I've
can
seen
be
that.
on the
I've
leaf.
I've
Like,
I've seen that. I've seen that. I've seen some men, they see, I don't know if maybe it's nervousness, maybe they're just I don't know if it's uncomfortable, but it seems like sometimes when a woman, especially a woman that's an alpha female that kind of comes in and she doesn't need anybody to tell her what she's smoking or how to smoke it or how to cut her cigar. She walks in and she picks that perfect brand of cigar and she, goes in and she's doing her own thing. I see the guys kind of sit back almost in awe. It's I don't feel that way, but I see that, with a lot of gentlemen, man. It's very funny to sit back and watch it sometimes. It's because again, ladies, just like with the Sister of the Leaf Global Movement, these ladies are about making change and making things happen in the cigar culture. And that's the only way we're going to move this culture forward is to continue to evolve and change. So, when I see the ladies, I'm like, oh yeah, we're ready.
Well,
It's
I
an
think
interesting
that
thing.
the ladies also have a lot of influence. When a woman is smoking a cigar, I think, or I believe that it looks a little more acceptable than maybe just men smoking cigars. And so I think that more women are going to want to smoke cigars, and even men are even going to want to smoke more cigars just because they see a woman with a cigar. It's kind of a very profound view, or
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
view. Like,
It's an experience. It's an experience.
yes.
So even if it's your partner or if it's a friend, it's an experience that you have with that person. And
Right,
one of the things that I love, like what you were saying, Melanie, we add a softness to the industry.
yeah,
perfect.
I mean, we can go back into history, and we know who would smoke the cigars. Like you mentioned earlier, the biggest business decisions were made in the cigar room.
yeah.
Right.
So women have added, I think, to put it in a simple term, like a softness to the industry.
I agree. I like that. I'm going to use that the next time I'm sitting around with one of the ladies that I spoke with. I'll be like, I was on a live the other night. Someone said you guys make the industry a lot more soft. They're probably going to take that totally different because I'm saying it, but I'm going to say it like that anyway.
It's an
I'm going to say it anyway just because it's funny.
go
But
ahead.
but I do agree with that. And I think that it's important that we start to recognize the history of women in the cigar culture because I don't think that's discussed at all. And I see, a lot of images of women that rolled cigars. And from what I understand, and I've only been in the cigar culture seriously for 2 or 3 years, the way I am now. Before I was a recreational smoker. I smoked when there was a bachelor party or a birthday party or a kid was born or something, but I wasn't in the culture like I am now. And as I've become a part of it, I'm finding that the contributions of women are really understated. And I personally would really like to see um, more information about the ladies that have helped shape the culture over the many years that it's been going.
Yeah,
And we will.
absolutely.
We'll be talking a lot more. One of the very first things that I learned is when you go into, for example, when you visit the Fuente factory and you see that behind the tables, the majority of them are women.
Yep.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it's women because of our tactile. So women can, because of the softness of their hands, they can detect and differentiate the leaves. So that to me
Ooh,
was
Wow.
fascinating. Yeah. So
that's
yes, there is a lot
interesting.
of history. There is a lot of passion and love behind how women began in this industry. Yes.
Wow. Wow. I'm learning something. All
All right.
right. I knew for some reason, Belkis, I was going to learn a lot tonight when you came on here. I don't know what it was.
Well, I've got one question that I am dying to ask you. Okay. So, as
Go
a
ahead.
lady, a beautiful woman at that, I want to ask you, what is your favorite accessory that Opus X Society is making right now?
Ooh, right now, I can't, I mean, there's a lot and I love it. But one of my favorite things at the moment is the Colonial Pal humidor.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It's beautiful. I love not only the humidor, but the collection itself. So it is the humidor, the lighter, the ashtray, and not sure if you've had a chance to see it. I mean, I don't have a physical one because we are receiving the merchandise now to the warehouse. So it's the yellow one. And why is it my favorite at the moment? Because the colonial pile, for me, has a lot of history. Both my parents were born and raised in Cuba. My grandparents from Spain and Brazil. So the tiles reflect a lot of the home, like my home, my grandfather's, my grandparents. So there's a story, there's a love, there's family behind what the tiles represent. So that's one of my
Wow.
favorites.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
Yeah, I
one of the
love that
interesting
too.
things too. That's very interesting. Go ahead, Mel.
Thank
Yeah, well, definitely the stories are so huge in the cigar industry and the history and the tradition. I mean, as one of my other co-hosts, or I guess hosts of one of my other favorite shows, The Professor Show, is Jeremiah Marifel, huge on our traditions, our stories, and where we come from, and about keeping that all alive. And obviously, that's the reason why we have The Professor Show, is to be able to tell the stories the way that they should be told, from the legends that have lived them. So I love hearing all the stories and all of the history behind, everything that is done in the cigar industry. So it's a really profound, I say, definitely a profound situation and an industry, I guess, that we actually get to experience right now because we're still here while they're still here. So it is definitely, the stories say a lot about us, and they give more impact, I would say, to the cigars than they would with just being cigars and based on taste, right?
correct. There's a very famous quote which I love and I repeat a lot. And it goes by to understand the present, to to know the present is to understand the history. So if
Yes,
we cannot understand history, we won't know what the present means.
that's true. That's true.
That's that is a
That's
good one.
true.
I
I
like that
always like to
for
say
sure.
that the past is the roadmap to our future. The only
Correct.
way you can really have a clear path going forward is to know where you started and have a clear understanding of what it took to get to where you are today so you can move forward. And I almost say, Mel, that might be my final thought for the night. Every week
I
we do
like
a
it.
final thought. We do a final thought every night, and I sit down and I write one out before we do the show. And once we interview someone, my final thought always changes because of something that they say. And what you said is very true. There's just no way to adequately move forward without a clear understanding of your past. And I think understanding your past helps you to be not only significant, but helps you to be successful in whatever your endeavors are in the future. And so,
Absolutely.
great, great, great thought, great thought and stuff. I'm
So
so glad to be sitting here talking to you guys. I love it.
I
I
think I
love it.
have someone who wants to come and say hi, so I'm
Uh
going to let
oh.
him come.
Uh oh. I got a feeling.
Let's see if we can do this.
Hey, wait, wait. I'm upside down. What happened? Hey, hold
Did
it,
you
hold
flip
it,
the
hold
phone
it.
around?
I have, bro. Let me tell you, my brother. I have no.
Eh,
Let me tell you. I don't even know where I'm at. But it's like 4:30. Wait. Come on, man. I just wanted to come on. With such a special person like Becky Sanchez to be on your show and everything was. She's amazing, and I have all so much love and everything. Where am I, man? Hold on.
Where are you?
Hold.
Wherever you are, it's pretty dark.
There you are. We can see
Oh,
you
am I
now.
dark? Hey, listen, I was born dark, you know? They left me too long in the incubator, but it's okay. In my bed, I have not, bro, I'm in bed. It's like 4:30 in the morning in Germany. And let me say something. I
Oh,
can't wait. As beautiful and as powerful this country is. I can't wait. Where am I at? I don't see, oh, there I am.
There you
I
are.
have I have my hand. Hey, woo! Listen, I won't go below the waist because I sleep without pajamas anyway. He doesn't give a nobody cares anyway. But I'm in Germany. It's like what 4:30 in the morning, whatever. And I just somehow, man, I just had to get on. I'm so happy to see that. You know what a great show, man. It's incredible, bro. You are the best. You're the best. And let me tell you
Man,
something.
thank you, man.
You know your philosophy and everything. I listen to you. I see. I read all your messages every week, and you. I mean, every day of every week. And I think that Becky's also probably could give a lot also because she is such a good, big hearted person with so much love for people. And she's just awesome. And besides the Openstack Society, it's about the people. And Melanie, first of all, the only reason I'm waking up at 4:30 in the freaking morning is to tell you, sweetheart, to me, you're the one of the most beautiful persons I've ever known in my life. And I just want to wish you another happy birthday. You
Oh,
Yes.
are
thank you.
special.
Yes.
I love you with all my heart. You're a good person, and you bring good people together. So, 4:30 in the morning. Let me tell you, if I wake up, I wake up. If I don't wake up, I wake up. But
Hey, that's the way to look at it. That's the way to look at it, brother. That's how to
listen,
look at it.
I don't know. Today we launched OpusX Society in listen, I'm in my bed. Look, go shit, man. Look, really, really.
Yeah, you
Okay,
ain't
go
playing
look at
around.
my
I see
card.
that big goose
Go look
down
at my
behind your head
card.
there.
I still got 2 weeks. I got to do a movie, and I'm working out now. Okay, so in 2 weeks I'm gonna be so pumped up. I'm doing my a double. Okay, for one of the. I don't want to mention the movie star because I don't want people to really get pissed off or jealous. Or he's big, man, but he's not as big as me. But anyway, I'm so seriously.
I gotta say that is true. I would say that that is so true. I have seen the stars that love Carlito, and it is funny to watch all of these stars actually be. He's like the celebrity of the celebrities.
No, no. I got to do some very important stunts and everything for some guys that they're very pretty, but they lack something that you know what somebody's got to have it. But anyway, happy birthday,
If
Mel.
you-
Happy birthday.
Thank
It's
you.
smiling.
I
That's what I want to
appreciate
say.
it.
Thank you, Becky.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You're the best.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much.
I listen. I put the alarm. I had to wake up. I didn't know if I would make it or not, but I will see the
Well, you
show
made
over
it.
and over again because Becky, you are obviously an amazing guest, and what they that I really know, they can speak to you. They got to know who you are. They got to. If you speak about yourself, you're an educator. You're a person of the world. You teach. You're a beautiful human being, and you know that's what it's all about. And the connection with the other two beautiful hosts. I don't know which one I love more. I'm getting to love you a lot every time I see him because he's very wise. And you know what? And I'm
Thank
talking a
you.
lot of shit because I was fast asleep. You know, by talking shit or because
Yes.
anyway,
Thank you,
I'm
Carlitos.
gonna go
Thank
back to sleep. I woke up after 2 hours. I just want to say hello.
Oh,
Love you
thank you,
guys.
man. Love you too, brother.
Continue the show. I don't mean to interrupt. Keep it going. I try to watch. And incredible launch today in Germany. It's incredible. There's no products. Everybody wants the best of the best. And the Openstack Society delivers nothing less than the best of the best.
Yeah,
They are an
absolutely.
Indeed.
incredible team, incredible people, incredible minds, but they are family. They are friends in their family, which is all everybody wants to do whatever. It's incredible. The lines of people that wanted to buy them, and poor man Idiota says we just cannot deliver so much. You're talking about
Wow.
countries that part of the world. We want it all. We want it all. We want it all. It's incredible. The power of the X and the power
Indeed.
of the good heart and the people behind it. We got a great family, we got a great team, including every one of you who are part of this family. Good night. I'm going to try to get an hour's sleep. Easy I can.
Sweet dreams.
All right, brother. Take it easy out there, man. Don't do too many stunts out there.
Wait, don't let me start. Look at me, man. I'm in bed, bro. I'm in bed.
If you need, hey,
Let me
look,
ask you
if
a
you need
question.
me to, if you
Let
need
me
me to
ask
come
you a
over there
question.
and back you up, man, I throw a little hair on there and come on over there and come back you
Hermano,
up a little bit.
hermano. Wait. I got my finger on the thing. Hold on. What happened here? Hold on. Okay, let me ask you a question. You think a CEO or president or somebody of any of these big multinational companies going to call 4:30 in the morning their time to say hello to people they love?
Nope.
Freaking way. It's about the bottom line. We are
That's right.
family. We're about the people. We love people. We give for the people because we receive love. It is all about love. That's what cigars are about. So
Correct. I
I
second
want to
the
go back
motion.
and dream. I was in the middle of a dream with one of my girlfriends when I was 15 years old, and I was ready. And all of a sudden, hey, the alarm rings, and I just had to get up. So anyway, why?
You
Oh
try to
my
hurry up
gosh.
and go back to sleep.
I'm gonna try.
You try to finish that dream. Huh? I've been there.
I'm going
Oh
back.
my
You've
goodness.
been there, but I'm going back. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Hey,
Love you.
all right, take care, brother.
Thank you. Gracias. Cuídate. Everybody, good night.
All
Wait.
right.
Good night. I keep putting my hand in front of the who knows. Good night, everyone.
All right,
Good
good night,
night.
brother. You ain't going nowhere yet. He is hilarious. I love when he comes on the show, Bill, because he'll come on, and sometimes he'll come on and say some of the most profound stuff. When we're in the middle of a conversation, he'll just kind of jump in, and we'll have. So the show's supposed to be an hour, and a lot of times when he does that, the show ends up going like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes because
I
he'll
believe
start
it.
expounding some of the most profound stuff in some of the funniest situations, like he's laying in bed or I think one night we were on, he was over at Grand Cathedral in Tampa, and he got
Hmm.
on, and Angela jumped on, and Kim jumped on, and everybody, his daughters jumped on, everybody jumped on, and we ended up doing the show for almost 2 hours. Just having some great conversation. We again, the show is very unscripted, so it gives us an opportunity for everyone to really get to know one another and just have a great conversation. So we are really happy that you joined us tonight.
It is an honor and with great pleasure
Yes, ma'am.
to be
Yes,
Thank
here.
ma'am.
you.
So
So
what's
what
next for
are
you? I gotta ask her, what's next for you? You've accomplished all these things. You've been an educator, you've been a life coach, you're the boss. So what's next for you now? What's going on next? What would you like to do next?
Next, no, I'm good. I love this industry. I love it. So anything that has to do with Puente the Openstack Society, with Manny, whom I adore, my team, Mike, which I think he's around there, Mike's house,
yeah.
Roy, with just all of us together. That's where I'm going.
All right.
So,
Hey,
in other words, I'm not going anywhere.
hey, sounds great. Sounds great.
She's
I
not
know
going
that's what
anywhere.
they want to hear. I know that's what they want to hear because, I'm talking to you tonight and I'm like, oh man, she's amazing. So definitely, I
So
know that they love you.
what are some
Thank
of the
you.
challenges that Openstack Society is facing, and what do you guys want to achieve in the next year?
Um, I wouldn't say, I mean, challenges, I think it's in general. Um, we're all waiting for our manufacturers and everything to come in. But that goes across the board. I mean, not only us in the accessory part of it, but also in the cigar. Um, Looking forward and moving forward, expansion,
Yeah,
expansion, and getting to every single part of the world and
Wow.
knowing who we are. Yes.
right.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Like
What do you
Elio
think?
says, the power of the X.
That is true. It is very powerful for sure. What do you think are some of the ways that Manny Diate, comes up with different ideas? Do you have any say in anything that he makes or creates, or are there?
That's an awesome question, Melanie. And I will tell you this. I myself, I love to create and design, and I'm what you call a visionary. So it's
Okay.
like I can see a plain white flower, and I'm like, oh my God, I can put this in the bathroom, and I can put that and accessorize that, and maybe put it in a gem, whatever it is. But Manny, in other words, anywhere that we go, when we travel, when we set up for conventions or shows, it's kind of like you trust it, you know you're gonna love it, so you just let him do his magic.
Wow.
And that's what I call it. It's like, all right, Manny, come on, your magic. Yes.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing.
He
So
is really
I
amazing.
got
I
a
agree.
question. Did the COVID situation hurt you guys as far as restocking and getting your
It hurt
products in?
when we launched. So we
Hmm.
Yeah, they
launched,
launched in the middle of COVID.
Oh
correct.
wow.
Yeah, in 2019, at the end of 2019, and COVID hit.
Wow.
Hmm.
So we were stalled for a little bit.
It was
Wow.
actually an amazing situation. I've heard this story before because they were, in just in the beginning, they had a situation where they still needed brick and mortars to buy the products and then sell it. And so I know that you guys were definitely hitting the pavement and working almost even harder than you would normally with a launch because of that situation, which is, I think, fantastic. And you guys did an amazing job. I know Dave and all of them went out and did a lot of work with that. So it turned out pretty
Correct.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And we launched, I mean, the company launched online, and you know how challenging it can be launching online with no one knowing really. They would associate, oh, wait, you have a cigar. I'm like, no, no, where's the accessories? We are the accessory part. Um, so we launched online. Our official launch was PCA of last year, 2021, and that's where it boomed.
Wow.
And after that PCA, we keep going.
All right. All right. I heard
So what is
Carlito
the
tell us. Go ahead, Bill. Go
go,
ahead.
no, go ahead. You can finish your
No,
statement.
no, I was gonna say I heard Carlito tell a story once, and I mention this all the time about his first trip to PCA and how he walked away with nothing, and then the next time he went out there, he was super successful. So it sounds like you guys did really well in your first showing there.
Yes, the first ones at the PCA was Manny and Dave. So Manny,
Hmm.
Yaka, and Dave, and they went on their own. And
I,
then after, they're like, okay, we need to create a team. And Roy came aboard, and then after Roy, I came aboard, and then now Mike is aboard. So
Wow.
slowly but surely, like I, another term that I use a lot is timing. When timing is perfect, that's when everything will happen.
yep. And you
Oh,
have to be patient for that sometimes. But it's a beautiful thing when you don't rush the hands of time. Not
Right.
just to throw
Do
that in there.
not, yes, and it's a
I also think there's some hustle too. You know, you gotta
Oh
have
yeah.
if you go into this situation, you gotta have some hustle. You know, you gotta have that game about you that says when it gets difficult that you're gonna push through and continue to, you know, uh, sell your product, put your product out there and get people to know you, get out and build relationships. So that's amazing.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
sprinkle another little thing, passion.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yes, yes.
Hustle and passion. When you have passion for something, it will shine.
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Completely agree with that.
It's
So
sort of like you, Mel, with the cigar industry. Mel has a real passion for everything she does. The posting that she does every day is wow.
that, or I also just try to go with the algorithm too sometimes.
You're gonna have to
But what
teach me
is
about this algorithm. Remember, I'm from the old school days.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that passion will actually beat the algorithm every time. So that's also another good thing to note. But what's one of your favorite? activities, or I guess the hats, or your responsibilities, or just things that you do with OpusX Society?
Um, I love going into shops. I love to mingle with the patrons, with the owners. I love coordinating. So we have our chapter dinners. So we had our Miami chapter, OpenStack Society dinner, helped them ease because I had just started. And then now I'm with my team, we're organizing the rest, like the other chapters of our Fuente de OpenStack Society dinner. So I love to coordinate.
Oh,
I love to
fun.
put things together. I love to connect people with other people. So yes, yes, that and working with my team. I have to say, and that's one of the things that is funny too when I tell people, oh, and they're like, oh, so do you work with women? I'm like, oh no, 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 they're all men. What? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, but how do you, I'm like, it's the best. Don't mess with my
I've heard a
So
lot of
yes,
women say that. I've heard a lot of women say that it's easier for a woman to work with a group of men than it is for a man to work with a group of women. It seems like I've heard some women say that. I've heard that analogy a lot. That it's easier for women to work with us. And most of the time we end up listening to you guys anyway. You have a lot better ideas than what we have. It's just like a marriage. The husband listens to the wife, even though he doesn't want to admit it.
right, and it's like that. It's like I tell my team, like for me, it's I'm working with my brothers. I have look how many brothers I have. I don't have brothers. All I have are three sisters, and it's like yay, I got brothers. So
Right.
yes, I love it. I love it. The energy, it is different, and you are right. There are women that do prefer that it's easier. It flows better when they do
Right.
work with men. And I've been in. I didn't go into that because that was prior. But I've been in two other male dominated industries, and I love it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think that they love you back for sure. I'm sure they're all very, very grateful to have you around, and especially as a team member as well. So
I
definitely,
love
it's
that.
awesome.
Yeah, adding that softer side gives people an ease about being creative. I think to be creative, you got to remove the pressure in order to do so. And when you have a great team like that, there's a lot of camaraderie. It lends to an opportunity to be a lot more creative.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with
So
that.
what is, or so you have these dinners, you have your chapters, you have events that you're doing. How is it that people can find all these products? Are they online, or are they even, are they only at events or the brick and mortars, or how is it that they could even find what products you guys are?
Um, they usually, I mean, we do have our website, but our biggest focus is our brick and mortar, our shops. As we all experienced during COVID, a lot of people were isolated at home. Cigar shops were delivering cigars, um, shipping orders. So online came a big base for everything. I mean, from groceries to cigars to clothes to everything. Um, so one of our biggest focus is to bring back the traffic into our shops, to bring back the opportunity to talk with other patrons, to connect with other people. So definitely, Mel, to answer your question, our brick and mortar, our shops. Um, I mean, we are on, like I said, we have website presence, but more than anything, to our shops.
Now, if a shop wants to carry your products, do they just reach out, or is there a certain like accounts that or can any shop carry your products?
Any shop. Any shop that
Okay,
wants to carry your product, they can.
nice.
All right.
I
That's
like
very
it.
nice. That is
So,
very
okay,
nice.
so
Is
all you shops out there better give them a call because these products are hot.
Come
Yeah,
on.
you know what? You got to come to Dallas and get it into some of the shops here. I don't know if you
I
got. Do you have products here in Dallas?
Yeah. We have cutters. I mean, they're not in Dallas. They're in Alpharetta.
Okay.
So they have. I'm trying to think right now off the top of my head because there's a lot of stores. Um, in Dallas. I'm trying to think. I'll get it. I was in Dallas. That was actually one of my initial travel spots,
Oh
and I
wow.
love the amount of women that are there,
There's there
and they're a
there
part
there
of
is a lot. Yeah, there's a lot
yeah,
here.
and
Surprisingly,
they
we
have a
have several shops that are owned by women here that are really
oh
nice.
really?
Yeah, we have there's right in the southern sector of Dallas, within about 5 miles of each other, there's a cigar lounge, Blow and Smoke Cigar Lounge. It's owned by Edwina Brown. She's a former WNBA player. She has a very nice shop there, and there's another lady, Rosalind Stafford, that owns another shop, maybe 5 minutes from her. They are both very successful shops here in Dallas. I think they're probably the only two women-owned shops that I know of in the DFW area.
Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Not Dallas, Georgia. I'm
Oh,
thinking
you said Alfreda. I heard you say that.
yeah,
I heard you say that.
exactly.
Alfreda.
I was like,
Yes.
wait, no, no. So Dallas, our director of sales takes care of Dallas because he's in
Okay.
Texas. Yeah.
Okay.
So not me. So yes, Georgia. I'm thinking, wait, Dallas. I'm like, no, no, no. So
Oh
Georgia.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Alpharetta is in Georgia. You're correct.
Yeah.
That is.
Yes,
That's one of those
I didn't even
Atlanta
catch that.
suburbs. One of those
yes.
Atlanta
So
suburbs.
in Atlanta, and that's what I was, what I actually meant to say. In Atlanta, the involvement of women is amazing, amazing.
Yes,
But
they
I
Yeah.
have
didn't
the
know in Dallas,
yeah,
the
we
women
we
own.
need
Yeah, so there, well, Blue Smoke, well, we got to give a shout out to Jay, yeah,
Yay!
of Blue Smoke. So we love him. He's been a big supporter of Fuente, and he loves it when I bring him some cigars for sure. And I get to share all my OpusX because he has to sell all of his. But
So thank you, Jay.
yes, we love it. So that's awesome. Well, I mean, I know the time goes by so fast, but thank you so
yes.
much for joining us tonight, Belkys. And we definitely love seeing you out there. I was able to be able to join the event that you had at the Grand Cathedral, which was a beautiful event, and and also seeing you at the PCA, and I believe you were even at um, the TPE. Was that as well? I'm not sure if you guys are
No,
at TPE or not. Oh,
at
okay.
the TPE it was only Manny. But this January, I believe it's in January.
Yeah.
The entire team will be at the TPE.
Nice. Awesome. Well, I love what you guys do. I mean, Manny is making some amazing things. So if you guys don't know, you definitely have to go check out. What is the website if they just wanted to go and look it up? What's the website that you
It's
guys have?
the OXS Society.com.
Okay. Awesome.
I can
So
I can send it to you.
yeah, definitely. And
That sounds good.
I'll put it in the comments after this show is over. But thank you so much. I mean, you guys, if
Yes.
you have not gotten to check out some of the products, they have bracelets, wallets, lighters, cutters. There's humidors that are gorgeous. I was lucky enough to I got the Hemingway humidor,
Oh,
and yes, it is gorgeous. One of my favorite pieces that I have accommodated, I guess. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Not
mhm.
accommodated, obtained,
You have
and
a
I
plum.
love it. So It's definitely amazing. And also the bags. I love
Oh
those
wow.
duffel bags. So my next goal is to get one of them duffel bags so that because I travel so much, I'm like, I need one of those duffel bags to be able to carry around. It's a beautiful, beautiful pieces of art, definitely. And just even just the bracelets though, do you have one of those bracelets? Those bracelets are so
I
beautiful.
do, and I don't have it. I literally when I got here, I took some of because I wear a lot of stuff. You know, I'm not
Yeah.
Latina. No, yes, I am. So and I took off some. I'm like, okay, let me not be so. But yes, we do have the black and we have the brown of the bracelets. Everything handmade. The bags, the duffel bags, like you were saying, Melanie. We have the burgundy, the green, the camel. As a travel bag is awesome. I use it myself on top of my carry-on. All you have to do is put it over the handle and you're good to go. A lot of stuff fits in there, especially for us that we carry so many things.
Yeah.
Um, so yes, everything is. And the humidor that you do have, Melanie, I mean, you're lucky you have one of them because we don't have those
Right.
anymore.
Wow.
So
Right. Yes. So explain that to them. So everything is made by Manieriate. There's also a certain number that are made, and then once those are sold, you won't be able to find them anymore. He changes the design and creates
Wow.
something different.
so their collection. That's
Yeah.
why when you had asked me what piece do I like, so yes, that's one of the collections. So there's the humidor, the ashtray, the lighter, the carbon fiber case, all that a part of the collection. But once the numbers or the supplies are out, the pieces are out, then that's it. Time for the new collection. So whatever
Wow.
you get your hands on, hold on to it tight because they're
All right.
collection
Yep. Awesome. I love it. I do. I really do treasure all of it. And I just love all of the colors that he uses. It's very vibrant and it gives you a great feel and it looks amazing sitting there, even just as a decor piece. It's really a beautiful, beautiful thing. He does a lot of beautiful work.
Thank you.
So
I think
Thank
I've
you.
seen a few of those items and I'm like, man, amazing. Amazing.
Like I was told today in one of the shops that I visited, the owner says, you know what? It's like anything that you put on top of the table. You know how we go to the shop and we'll put our case and we'll put our cutter and we'll put on our lighter and they're talking pieces because
yeah,
they are. I mean, first, like Anita said, the power of the X. Once you
Right.
see that, you're like, oh, and then people start asking. So they are talking pieces. They are, like I said, collector's items, but more than anything, it's exclusivity.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
yeah,
Love it.
yeah,
Beautiful
feels good.
thing.
I love it. I love it.
Well, all right. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm gonna let
Yes.
Chevalier and give us our ending note with his
She
notes
knows for
on
me
the.
to do the final draw, the thoughts of the final draw is what she calls it. And so
Yes.
tonight's thought of the final draw, as always, as we always say, it changes based on the conversation. But today I posted on Instagram on my page, Chevalier Life, about hustle. And hustle is the commitment and desire to be successful, to live the life that you want. And I think we have to remember that it takes passion, as Belkys says, and it also takes commitment to really achieve the goals that we want to achieve and live the life that we desire. So no matter if you're in the cigar culture, the motorcycle culture, if you're in, the food industry, whatever industry you're in, whatever your goal is, you need to have that hustle, that desire, and that passion to be successful. This is the thoughts of a classic man and the thoughts of the final draw here on Fuente Friday with me and Melody Cisco and Belkis
Aw.
Sanchez.
Well, I love it,
Awesome.
guys. You are wonderful. Thank you so much, Belkis. And
Yes.
yeah, definitely, if you guys don't know, get in the know and go check out their website. Also, Ask and Tell your local B&Ms about OpusX Society. So if they're not carrying it, tell them to reach out, and they can definitely get it in your local B&M and share the wealth, because it's a beautiful thing.
Yes,
Thank
it
you,
is.
Melanie, and happy birthday again. Keep celebrating.
Thank you.
All right, it's
Very
so
nice.
nice to
I'm
meet you,
gonna drive. I
Belkys.
don't know. I got to get ready now for my other trips. It's like
Go,
on the road
go,
again.
go.
All right, you keep moving.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
Well,
so
thank you
much.
guys. Thank
All
you.
right,
You guys
all
have a
right.
great
Great show.
night,
Nice
and
to meet you, Belkys. Happy Fuente Friday, everybody.
Happy Point Friday.
yeah. Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Bye bye.
Bye.